Brad McAvery, the president of the Rochester Automobile Dealers Association, says they support the transition in going electric and do recognize that there are challenges. Deadline to meet the standards of 35% electric vehicle sales is in about 5 months.
Right now, New York State is at about 10.5% penetration for EVs. The requirement under CARB is to be at 35% for the model year 2026, which those cars start hitting the market in mid-2025.
The investment in going electric over the past few decades has been in the billions of dollars from manufacturers and millions for the dealers to make sure their facilities are upgraded. For example, installing charging stations and training staff. But as McAvery explains, the buy-in and adoption of infrastructure hasn't necessarily been at the same rate. So what if New York doesn't end up meeting the criteria?
There's really only two options if those are not met. First of all, any manufacturer that doesn't meet that standard would suffer fines and penalties under a very complicated formula that's similar to what CAFE standards are. CAFE is the corporate average fuel economy standards for emissions control. Well, the other option is for the manufacturers to divert internal combustion engine cars away from New York, just don't send them the cars, and lower that formula, the denominator, and get to the number. Well, what that would do is kind of put us back in a COVID situation. You remember? There were no new cars. Prices went way up. The price of used cars went way up because of the unavailability.
He notes the Trump administration is also looking into a pretty significant federal incentive for purchasing an EV, which is around $7,500. Reporting in Rochester, Adelisa Badzik, News 8.